What's up? So, I wanted to ask you a question before we get started. Let's say you were starting your own Sinister Six group. Counting yourself, who are the other 5 members of your group? And which spider character is your nemesis? Let me know in the comments below. And let's get started. Spider-Man drifts in and out of consciousness. He comes to, and for a moment, he almost thinks what he's seeing is real. The chameleon transforms into the Green Goblin and curses Spider-Man for killing him. He transforms into Kraven the Hunter and blames Spider-Man for his suicide. He morphs into Dr. Octopus and ridicules Spider-Man for waiting until he was on his deathbed to finally murder him. They're toying with Otto. And the chameleon is unaware that Otto Octavius is the superior Spider-Man. And given the situation he currently finds himself in, that he's brought down on himself and the city, the only thing that will be superior about Otto will be his death. Are you enjoying yourselves? Spider-Man spits. He hangs in the air, locked in place by the hardening sand. Oh, we've just started. Electro scowls. The new Mysterion, crosses his arms and suggests to Mysterio, Chameleon, and Vulture they should hurry up and end Spider-Man already before he has another chance to control their minds. Chameleon draws a knife and threatens to carve Spider-Man's face off. He, on the other hand, believes that if Spider-Man could stop them, he would have already. From the looks of it, Sun Girl's light broke Spider-Man's control. Before the chameleon can do anything, Electro sprints forward and punches Spider-Man. I told you this was coming. Did you think you could hold us prisoner? That you could invade our minds and not pay a price? Everything that's about to happen, you deserve. Vulture, bring me Lightmaster. Lightmaster. Spider-Man can see that he's still alive, but barely. With the look in Lightmaster's eyes, he may as well be dead. After what happened to his daughter, Sun Girl's death is on Otto's head, the first of many. Vulture grabs the defeated Lightmaster and attempts to shake him to attention.
Lansky, you're a machine. Show us how to make it work. Talk, you idiot.
Lightmaster just mutters his daughter's name in defeat.
Wrong answer,
Vulture snaps, slashing his claw across Lightmaster's face. Spider-Man begs Vulture to leave Lightmaster be. It's him the Vulture wants. Vulture continues to attack Lightmaster, but Lightmaster doesn't fight back. Tears form in his eyes as he looks at Otto and asks, Spider-Man, why didn't you save my daughter?
Enough!
Electro, sick of his whimpering, turns to Lightmaster and hits him with his electricity. Lightmaster howls from the unbearable pain. Electro's attack ends, but it isn't over. Vulture scoops up Lightmaster's collapsed body and soars high into the atmosphere before dropping Lightmaster to his death. Spider-Man watches it all from the top of the Empire State Building. The sick irony is that in the end, he was right. Otto believed he could forge the Sinister Six into a superior team. He did, but not as he intended. Not by pulling their strings like puppets, or having them dance to his whims. Otto made them a team in a way that he didn't understand before. For you see, Otto gave them hate. That hate will bond them together forever. This is the Superior Six that Otto created. And all of New York is going to pay the price for it. 5 minutes ago, Sela Burke, the hero known as Sun Girl, falls from the sky like a shooting star and crashes down in front of the Bowery. Onlookers begin to congregate around the crash site, and, to their surprise, Sun Girl stands from the wreckage, hurt, but still alive. Someone, she struggles to walk. Someone, please, tell me where they went. An onlooker informs Sun Girl that she needs to get to the Empire State Building, and she rockets off into the air. On the Empire State Building, Mysterion is beginning to have second thoughts. The Vulture, just drop that guy, he stammers. Chameleon holds a knife to Spider-Man while telling Mysterion, "You're about to do worse, Mysterio. How many people would you kill to make Spider-Man pay for what he's done?" Mysterion cannot find it in himself to answer the question. Instead, he is distracted by the sight of Sun Girl saving her father by catching him in midair. Electro makes his way to the quantum particle engine and orders Mysterio and Vulture to take care of Sun Girl. Sandman, Chameleon, hold Spider-Man. If the girl can activate the engine, so can I. Spider-Man calls out, "Electro, don't do this. You did this, not us. Your power is too much for the engine. The effects will be 100 times worse." Good. Spider-Man turns to Sandman. "Sandman, you have to listen to me." Sandman responds, "Do you have any idea what it feels like to have someone else in your head? To have your body under someone else's control? To think that they call Octavius a villain, when this is what you do? You used to act like a hero." Electro begins to charge the particle generator with his energy. Spider-Man makes one last attempt to free himself from his bindings. All the years, all the times we spent together, I only wanted you to be better. I was trying to take responsibility for you. You want to take responsibility for something? Electro asks. Get ready. The quantum particle generator activates. What Spider-Man told Electro was true. The engine will convert his power in a different way than Lightmaster or Sun Girl. What Electro will do is destroy the entire city. All he wanted to do is watch Spider-Man suffer. And there's nothing Otto can do to stop it. No one is there to save New York from his failures. Suddenly, a blast of solar energy hits the sand that binds Spider-Man. He didn't get up enough for him to free himself from Sandman's grasp.
What was that?
Electro asks, swinging his head around to search for the source of the attack.
The girl,
Chameleon tells him. Spider-Man leaps up in front of the villains and produces his spider pincers from his back. He tells the two that her name is Sun Girl, and she's here to remind them all what a hero is. Spider-Man springs forward, and with a right hook, he takes down Chameleon first, because he deserves it. The villain's jaw breaks upon contact, but Chameleon's not the problem. Electro isn't either.
You deserve this,
Electro mumbles. He can barely stand. He used so much energy powering the engine. Spider-Man uses his pincers to stab Electro and hold him up into the air, keeping the villain's body a safe distance away. I know, he tells him. That's 2 villains down, at least for the moment. Sun Girl is dealing with Vulture and Mysterio, Otto assumes. So that just leaves Sandman. Speaking of, the giant sand colossus grabs the ship stuck in the sand and flings it at the Empire State Building, killing dozens. Any wrong move could potentially send the ship toppling back to the ground. Spider-Man's spider sense managed to save him for the moment, but he too can barely stand. It's a miracle that he's even alive at all. Throughout all of this, Otto thought that Flint Marko was the one that would listen to reason. Otto underestimated his rage. All the while, the QPE's energy is building. If Spider-Man doesn't find a way to stop it in the next few minutes, all hope is lost. Sandman creates another construct on the ship with Spider-Man, and the two begin to fight. Spider-Man pleads, "Don't let this happen. You're not like the others."
"That's what I thought about you,"
Spider-Man responds.
"Even when we fought before, even when you tortured us, never did I think you would do this, that you would violate us like this. I don't care anymore. Dr. Octopus was right. Let this city burn. Let the whole world burn."
Sandman is interrupted mid-sentence when Sun Girl shoots a solar beam that blasts a hole through the center of his skull. Sandman slowly starts to lose control of all the displaced sand around the city. With his last words, Sandman tells Spider-Man, "I remember once I believed in you. That part of me is dead." Sun Girl arrives on top of the Empire State Building. The particle engine's energy erupts from the device and paints the skyline. Spider-Man begins to tell her what to do, but before he can, Electro electrocutes him. Spider-Man writhes on the ground in pain, unable to speak. Electro falls to his knees, exhausted.
You think you're so much better. You're no different."
Sun Girl punches out Electro and runs to aid Spider-Man. No. Come on. You have to be okay. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to stop it. Spider-Man! Spider-Man! Once upon a time, Otto was a petty little man who believed he was better, that the world owed him for a lifetime of abuse. He was wrong. He was so wrong. And the city nearly paid the price for it. Seconds before the QPE disrupted, Sun Girl managed to shoot the device with her gun, breaking it in two. "That's it?" she asks, outraged. Spider-Man struggles to stand on his feet. "All I had to do was break the thing? I couldn't have gotten close enough. If you weren't here, millions of people would be dead. Because of you, right? This is all because of you, isn't it?" "Yes," Spider-Man answers softly. Sun Girl jumps off the building and flies away. "To think, I always wanted to be just like you. A hero." Otto is left alone with his thoughts. All of the destruction that he's caused. His stomach sinks. Farewell, Peter Parker. That's what Otto said. You may be leaving this world, but you are not leaving it to a villain. Otto swore he would be Spider-Man. Better yet, with his unparalleled genius and his boundless ambition, he swore he'd be a better Spider-Man than Peter Parker ever was. A superior Spider-Man.